I know it's been a action, yeah. Got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got the top of the table, obviously, and everything that's happened there in the Premier League. Anthony Joshua absolutely knocking Francis Ngannou out. Which sets up a couple of big fights for him going into the latter stages of 2024. Yeah, man. Boxing, football, UFC, Sugar Sean O'Malley defending his belt against Marlon Chito Vera. Good performance. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, guys. So yeah, get involved in the live chat, get involved in the comments. We're live on YouTube, we're live on Frequency Radio. Everyone get to know, if you don't already know, it's Frequency Radio, more than just music. Mo.
Yes.
Let's start right at the top. I want to talk to you, yeah. Arsenal, top of the table.
I mean, it's nice, you know what I mean?
How does it feel, just first and foremost?
I've had a fantastic weekend before.
Yeah, how you been generally, actually? You know what? Let's talk about sports. How you been generally, bro? How's everything been there?
You know what? Life is life, and it's crazy time in the world, but enjoying life. Looking forward to Ramadan tomorrow. Shout out to anyone who's practicing, anyone who's not Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan Mubarak to all of our listeners.
Chilling. And so yeah, got to see some friends. I'm happy. It's a good week. How are you? How's the family? How's everything?
Family are good. Same old, you know. Work's good, you know. But yeah, I hate to bring back to sports straight away, but bro, I almost didn't want to come online today, man. Like, I was at Old Trafford yesterday. Watched the win. Good 3 points to take home and that. But it's just tough, you know. Football plays a massive part in my life, and it's hard, man. Like, all my rivals are good right now, and we're just not very good, and it's almost like it feels hopeless. So yeah, I'm a little bit down. I'm gonna have to come and sit here and spend an hour and a half now talking about how good Arsenal are and how, you know, good City and Liverpool are. But yeah, I'm good. Otherwise, I'm good. Health is in good shape. Ramadan tomorrow, so Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak to everybody who's listening. Yeah, looking forward to it. Feeling good, you know, feeling good. But yeah, it's top of the league.
I mean, let's talk about a big game. Pep v Klopp for the last time.
Oh man,
For the very last time.
they've given a lot to the Premier League, haven't they, Pep and Klopp? Just touch on that first. Pep and Klopp. It's been a nice rivalry,
Klopp's
man.
given a lot to the Premier League. Pep's got 115 charges.
Yeah, Klopp has given the rivalry generally has given a lot to the Premier League. Don't you think?
Yeah, the rivalry has been good. To be honest, thank God Klopp has existed, because otherwise it would have been. It's still been a pretty much City procession, but at least they kept it interesting. They've won a league, and like they've done more than they should have. So I got a lot of time for Klopp. I've got a lot of time for everything he's done. You know what I mean?
Bro, it's interesting to see what's gonna happen. So how's this league gonna end then, huh? You got Arsenal top of the league at the moment. The goal difference looks comfy. They're playing well. They got over the line yesterday. Kai Havertz, man. We talked about him last week, and I apologize live on air for everybody. I apologize to Kai Havertz because I ruled him out early. So I apologize, came out and, you know what I mean, spoke the truth and said, yeah, he's been playing well, and he's made me apologize. And this week, he's gone and scored the 86th minute winner for Arsenal in a crucial game to send them back to the top of the league. So, yeah. Well, he's got signing of the season contender written all over him.
You know what? We've been free for free, because I'm going to talk about my other signing who didn't play yesterday, but anybody who was anti-Arteta for the Ramsdale thing, because I'll be honest, Ramsdale's English, isn't it? So whenever you drop an English player, even though he made him, someone's going to be like angry, innit? Dropped a potential England #1 keeper for David Raya, and we saw why yesterday. But Kai Havertz, first of all, I tell you, you know what it is? I need someone to see the talent in me, though. I tell you, see the talent in these players, bro. Erdegaard, Ben White, and now Kai, another one who just was like good, had a lot of potential, and was a bit lost on his journey. Maybe Jesus is the same thing. And I tell you, don't worry, I know there's something there, innit? And I said he wasn't. I actually don't think he was as bad as people thought at the start. That's why I'm not as surprised as him doing well, but I'm surprised at how quickly he's become important. I thought there's a middle stage in between where you could play well, but the team is kind of doing alright without you in it. But he's made himself vital to this team in a number 8 and a number 9 position. Like, for example, he played up front for most of the game to 6, then he come into the But he didn't score from up front. By that time, he brought on Jesus. Jesus was the front man, and then he was able to attack the ball from deep. You know what I mean? Late runs into the box, scored the goal. And you know what? Arsenal, we've got the 3 signings we made in the summer, or 4. What I like about Havertz and Rice and Timbers, they're all young players with a lot of experience in it. So he's won some trophies. He's played a fuckload of games for Germany. So for him, these big games, he's taking them in his stride, innit? Because that's one thing I feel like we don't need. Like, as we're moving forward, we can't be stuck in the same lap of learning lessons, innit? So bringing a player in like Kai Havertz, who's used to dealing with pressure, used to performing on a big stage, matters. And Brentford must be sick of him. 89th minute, that dead gaff, 0-0. They think they're getting out with a point. He scores a winner. 1-1 our gaff, even though they should have never been getting a point. Yeah, they're on it. I mean, they're on their way, and then my man there does it. Kai Havertz, clinical Kai, gets his goal. I mean, 8 Premier League goals for the season. I mean, what can we say? Jorginho, another great performance from him. Declan Rice, what a player. Ben White, absolutely fantastic. 2 assists from right back. He should be going to the Euros, but he don't fuck with Southgate, innit? So that ain't happening. But it is what it is, innit? Southgate's also. I'm glad he gets the summer off. Hopefully Saka could beef man as well. Yeah, I mean, so I'm happy with Arsenal. And then obviously it was a massive result. Why? Because of the context of the weekend. Liverpool and City are playing against each other. We know they both can't. You know what I mean? Somebody has to drop points. So Arsenal have to go and do their job and make sure that no matter what, they get. You know what I mean? They get out of there with 3 points. And it's the first time we face some adversity in the league for a while. Innit? We're having it our own way every week. Games over about 30 minutes. Yesterday was the first game in a while. Even though we did it to ourselves, Ramsdale and that, it's the first time in a while that we had to come from a sticky situation. We get into the last 10 minutes of the game. We ain't had it since this year. We haven't had it. This kind of year, we've been smashing teams, having fun. It was the first time where the pressure could have got on top, could have got sticky, but then we did it. But can I just say, my favourite bit of the whole game was after we scored, we showed Brentford some nice shithousery. When he subbed Ødegaard off, I think this is like a pre-planned thing, because he knew he had to give up the armband, didn't it? Ødegaard, Jesus walked away from Ødegaard. Ødegaard went. The armband was there.
It was proper old-fashioned time wasting.
I love, because Brentford were doing that from the start of the game, from the first half. These shameless pricks were time wasting.
Yeah, it's proper old-fashioned time. I'm in for that. I'm in for a bit of shithousery, man. I got a bit of time.
I want to talk about the penalty, because everyone said maybe Havertz should have been sent off. I don't think the first one was the yellow card.
Yeah, he's a lucky boy there.
I don't think so, because first of all, are we saying that every time it's not a penalty, we're giving yellow cards?
No, that's not the rules, which is why he's lucky.
Yeah.
And he's lucky that...
that's what
no, but the rules should be changed.
Yeah, but then...
Hold on. Let's see who's talking about penalty. Let me just have an input here, right? The rules are the rules, right? Everyone knows the rules right now. The VAR can't go back and look at a yellow card.
No, I don't mean
right?
that. I mean that. The referee doesn't... Not every time it's not a penalty, it's a dive.
That was a dive.
Nah.
No, and also Kai Havertz has done this a few times this season.
But he was wrong.
He did it against United. He did it against City.
United, they said they should have.
I don't care what they said. We all watched that. That was not a penalty, bro.
That's the standard referee.
No,
I was going to say to you.
Okay, at the best, even if the referee said it, he went down right.
You know what? The United one was worse. Was more of a challenge than the one yesterday. The United one, there was contact. I just don't think it was a penalty.
Yeah, and that shows you how little it was, because that yesterday was nothing at all.
It was, Adrian.
And so
the amount of times I see it in the game today, every time a player anticipates a bit of contact, goes down. That's not what the blatant dive is. The blatant dive is when you're overly, you know what it is, isn't it? We're not going to start giving yellow cards for that. And the second thing is,
a dive is a simulation. If you're trying to mislead the
no, but you know what I've done, bro. You watch football.
If you've got look, like Garnacho yesterday. That he went down, but he got contact. He went down
that was a clear penalty.
It was a penalty, but bro, realistically, that's not enough to go down the way Garnacho went down. But it's a penalty, and he should go down.
That yellow card. There's a yellow card every Premier League match, every game. And if we're going to talk about referees, why is it okay to give man headlocks?
What do you mean? Who did that?
Trossard got headlocked by next man as he's trying to win the ball. He just took him down. Yeah, Gabriel twice. So you know what?
That's fisticuffs in like a. That's
he's about to win the ball, but you can't put your hand over.
That's a foul. It's different.
It's not different. The point is
But
the referee in standards, Simon Hooper, first of all, the fact he's even on VAR is a joke. Because he got taken off being a referee because he's shit last week and they put him on VAR.
Was it even Simon Hooper? Or was it someone
It was
else?
Simon Hooper, the same prick who can't tell who's got the ball. Yeah, they decided to take him off, so he's just never been on VAR.
Liverpool conspiracy.
And that referee, but anyway, yeah, look, on another day, could that be a yellow? It would be harsh, I think. If you start seeing yellow cards for that.
I'm not gonna lie, if he gave that as a yellow, I don't think that would have been a harsh decision. I'm on the fence of, I'm on the side of the fence that it wouldn't have been like necessary, but it wouldn't have been harsh.
Could we complain? No.
Yeah,
We couldn't complain, but
you wouldn't have a leg to stand
I
on.
don't think it's a stone wall.
I don't think Brentford have enough to complain about either, really. But I think like,
And I don't think the first
if
one
I was
was
Thomas Frank, I would be vexed.
But again, I don't think he should have been on yellow card because the first one he's just going for a header, and it's just one of them where he elbowed him, but he didn't elbow him, because if he elbowed him, it's to send it off. It's just he goes for a header and you hit, man.
Yeah, I get. All right, cool. So anyway, whatever happened.
But the other signing,
Kai Havertz stayed on, and he ended up Declan Rice. I know you're gonna get there. Cause
no, I'm talking about David Raya.
Oh, okay.
Me myself, I was at Ramsdale. He's good, man. But I tell you, obviously, see Southampton last season.
I see it in him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, he obviously thought this is something this guy has. I can't coach it out of him because it's not a technique thing; it's a temperament thing. He goes away somewhere. Like his mind goes away somewhere. So he's like, he saw it at the end of last season. He's like, I don't think for the way I want to play, where I want to invite man on to my keeper if need be. I want him to keep the ball. Ramsdale got all his great shots up and has them moments of madness, isn't it? So you know what I mean? In a way, it might have been, for this whole goalkeeper situation, pressure like that, it might have been the best result. Because now, nobody can question him. Even if Ryan makes a mistake, now to the end of the season, everybody knows why Ramsdale isn't the number one anymore, right?
Yeah, I think at the beginning everyone thought it was a little bit harsh. They were like, oh, why? He didn't done nothing wrong, and obviously he's English, and why, and that, and everyone loves him. And to be fair, he did capture the hearts of a lot of Arsenal fans.
I love Ramsdale, but listen, I tell you, he's got to be ruthless. I said this.
I rate it, because he come in, he made a decision, and he stuck with it, even when people didn't really understand it, and now he's looking more and more justified in his decision. Ramsdale gave away a goal. He's been shaky in every game I think he's played for you this season. He's not been great at all. And more, the more time that passes since David Raya has been in goal, the better of a decision it looks by Arteta. And I ain't against that at all. I'm not against that at all.
But yeah, also, I said at the end of last season, Arteta has to be more honest about the players than we are. As fans, we could be gassed and we're just back amongst it. But he had to look at that team and be like, I need to improve because I'm going up against people who are going to improve and we didn't win the league anyway. So that's where he made them decisions to be like, okay, maybe there's 10% with Ramsdale.
So speaking of improvement, how far improved do you think the Arsenal team has improved enough to win the league? Because I think it has.
Yeah, I think we have. Well, listen, at this point last season, we were floundering. Like, we'll get to Liverpool, we'll talk about them, how they're doing, because we still have to beat two teams. So I guess from that side, you have to beat two teams, so it's the last year and you had to beat one. But we're going from strength to strength right now. This time last year, we were hanging on. We'd already had a pool right now.
I think it is on the 1st of April, you know what, 8 points clear of the league.
No, it wasn't the first. It wasn't that late in the season.
I think it was.
And the only reason I say that to you is last
Let me
season,
Google it.
the 1st of April, we hadn't played as many games because of the World Cup. So that's another reason that's clouding people's feelings. When we had 10 games left, our run of form in the last 10 games was terrible. In fact, our run of, like, our decline coincided with the last 10 games then. Or the last 11, 12 games last season. Because when it got to like 3 or 4 games out, the league was done. Now we've got 10 games left. We're on our longest winning run in the season is now. We've got players to come back after this international break. So I mean, he's doing the Google. He's doing the old Google.
I'm doing the old Google, guys.
I'm checking. What I'm saying to you is, at this point, even if the dates are different, I know when we had 10 games left of the season, our form was nowhere near what our form is now. Our first half of the season was the best. This time, we've timed it so that we've got the longest winning run in the Premier League, right when it matters, business end of the season, 10 games left at the top of the table, with a form team, and City at Etihad now becomes a massive game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
We're definitely stronger. We're stronger. We're definitely
On the 1st of April, 2023, Arsenal were 8 points clear of City. City had a game in hand.
How many games have we played? Can you see that?
29.
29.
At 29 games played, you lot were 8 points clear.
So it's about this time when Saliba got injured.
So it was So this time last year, you lot were actually
the way we were playing games.
Hold on, listen. I'm not cussing you though. I'm saying I actually think Arsenal are a much better team this season than you were last season. Yeah? The way you're playing as well is you're picking up form at the right time now. This last season, I feel like you picked up form almost too early.
So we started the season
on fire. And now I feel like that on fire thing came in January. And that is like the best time you want it, really. You want it to come in January, February times, going into that last running of games so that you can still be there or thereabouts come April, which is where you're going to be, right? Yes. And if you're still there in April, which you're going to be,
I mean, next game
pretty much, next couple of games you're in April now.
10 games.
Last 10 games, khalas, you're in the title race, yeah? You know what I won, and I personally think you're playing better than City and you're playing better than Liverpool. And you got City to play. The ball is in your court again.
Yeah, this is what we want. This is what I want. Yeah. I wanted City to take points off Liverpool.
Your goal difference is the best. Yeah,
I think we're playing better than City, but
I think you're also less reliant on any one player than any of those teams, which I think is a great thing going into the running as well.
But end of the season, so this international break, you never know if it comes at a good time or not, because it breaks momentum. But Partey's was on the bench yesterday, come on for the second game. Jesus came on again. Timber has been training for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I imagine this international.
And those personnel, they really matter because it might not sound like it, but Arteta's been so smart here. Timber, international, he's won leagues with Ajax. He knows what it means. Declan Rice is a born leader. Even though he hasn't won leagues, he captained that West Ham team to win a first trophy in however many years. Yeah, he's a leader. Future Arsenal captain, if you ask me. Yeah,
just because.
Nah, he's got.
Maybe, but Odegaard ain't leaving nowhere.
Nah, maybe not. Like you never know. You never know what happens in football. Odegaard might, Arsenal might win a couple of leagues. Odegaard might be like, you know what, I want to go back to Real Madrid.
If he wants, you never know. That's fine. But Real Madrid needs to pull out the check. They're not getting it back to 30
listen. Forget about that for a second. But I'm just saying, like, I think he has Arsenal captain written all over him, Declan Rice.
Well, we've got a team of captains.
Or even England captain, whatever. He's a leader. My point is, not only has he signed good players, he's also signed good players that clearly have good.
Yeah, even Havertz, like I said, 24, but he's been playing first team football for Leverkusen since 17.
Yeah.
Went to Chelsea, was a main player from 20.
Yeah, been a German international for like 5 years.
Yeah, he's got signed 70 caps. So all these players come with, you shouldn't have to teach them what it means. They should understand that stuff.
So that, I think, will be good stead, like will hold Arsenal in good stead going into these last games as well. But it's not something again that Liverpool and City don't have. This is something that Arsenal haven't had for a while.
Yeah, right? Listen, Arsenal have it spread out. I think City are lacking some of that. So let's talk about City and Liverpool today. First of all, when I see the team sheet, I was like, City have to win today. You're playing a Liverpool team with Van Dijk and kids effectively. Not kids, because Joe Gomez isn't a kid, but he's not a left back and he's playing him left back. You got Joe Gomez left back, Kelleher at the back, you got Van Dijk, you got Quansah, you got Conor Bradley, who was playing in the League 1 last year. Like, he's good, I like Conor Bradley, but City had their players. They had Bernardo, they had Foden, they had Alvarez, they had Haaland, they had De Bruyne, Rodri, John Stones, everyone was there. They couldn't, their team was set, Edison and Offer, first half looked pretty, like you'd expect them, innit? City doing their thing, penning them in, Liverpool, bit on the counter. But the second half, I don't know what Klopp said to them at half time. We got them, they played well, much better than I thought they would. And City were hanging on. And that bodes well, I don't know if it bodes well or not, because it'll be different. But this City team looks weak, innit? And I think they're properly missing Gundogan. And they're really missing Mahrez. And I don't like Grealish, but the Grealish I was about last year needs to come back. Because this level of Grealish this season has not been what they think. And Doku's fallen off. And then, as I'm saying, you see even today, De Bruyne got taken off in that tiff that he had with Pep. All this is very un-City.
Yeah,
this time of season,
but again, this is why it's so hard to win a league 4 or 5. Like, no one's won a league 4 years in a row because it's so hard, bro. Like, it's hard to keep that stability and that consistency throughout your squad, throughout your mentality, throughout your fitness levels for that long. It's hard. And to keep that intensity and keep challenging at every single level, because that's what they do, City. 60 games year in, year out at the top level, playing the top teams, getting to the latter stages of every competition. It builds up. It's hard.
Listen, City.
And like City are, and like you said, they've lost some very, not just good players, clutch players. Players that when it comes to this time of the season, pull their socks up and get going. Yeah, players like Gundogan and Mahrez, they were very important for them last season. Mahrez coming in the FA Cup, got him over the line. Gundogan got him over the line in the Premier League and in the Champions League, if you ask me. De Bruyne stepped to the fore in the Champions League as well. This is when Haaland started to drop off. John Stones stepped to the fore. John Stones has been brilliant as well. He's actually, he is sick. He's a sick player. I can't lie. He's become everything England thought he would become or wanted to.
Even better, I thought he'd be, because he plays every position. Let's give some John Stones. He plays centre back like a centre back. He plays midfield like a midfielder, and he plays like number 10 now. And he finished that goal today like a striker.
Yeah.
Movement across the front post, got in. I got a lot of time for him. If England didn't have Gareth Southgate as manager, they could be a very good
it hates me to praise City players, but obviously I'm on the show, so I got to be neutral sometimes. And John Stones is a wonderful player. He really is. Pep Guardiola's got the big tune out of him. But yeah, all right. So Arsenal, let's like actually just like touching on the game again. Liverpool's performance is pretty solid.
Liverpool did well. Listen, Diaz. The thing is, I don't want to be harsh on him because he played well, but he should have scored. He had like 3 assists. On another day, he could easily scored a hat-trick. So I don't want to shit on him because he also created bare danger.
Looked like a bit of an inexperience there or something.
He's 29. He can't be inexperienced.
He's 29.
He's in his late 20s. I might have been over-exaggerating.
I swear, I thought he was like 25 or something.
Nah. They might have signed him when he was 25. This guy's at least 27, bro. Luis Diaz, he's
27. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, like.
Why does he look? I just thought he was young, bro. I don't know why I thought he was a youth. I thought he was like 23 or something. I don't know
why. Because
he's
built like a kid. Like, he has that frame that you just think that this guy can't be an adult because he doesn't have it.
Alright, cool then. Yeah, maybe just ignore my inexperience.
But I don't know what it is. No, it's not that. It's them, like, favela energy. He was just so energetic that when he needed to chill out, he couldn't chill out. But he had, so that's why he had a sick performance. But if you're being critical, he should have won them the game. They have bare chances. Darwin did alright, but he's Darwin and he is what he is. Like, he's gonna be chaotic.
I think Joe Gomez played well.
Joe Gomez played well. Endo played well. McAllister plays well.
It was a good game for Liverpool, I think.
It was good. Second half, they played well. Harvey Elliott, I played very well.
Who do you think that draw is worse for?
Liverpool. Because I think Liverpool are going to drop more points. Their team is weaker, isn't it? I think away from Anfield, they won't be as good. They're going to drop some points. I feel like they wanted to peg City back. Because everyone wants to peg City back. City is still like the goal. And if you finish above City, it's not guaranteed this season. But
you'll do well to not win the league. Yeah, you'll do well to not win the league.
Yeah. So that's why today at home they wanted to win. But look, ultimately, if Liverpool win every game in the season, I know it's not in their hands, it's in Arsenal and City's hands, and next week's a massive game. But if any one of these 3 teams win the next 10 games, I don't think they're not going to win the league. That's why Klopp now is still going to be like, listen, we play on it. He's used to it, he's got all these competitions. The only thing that might, obviously the Europa League's done this round. They won 4-5-1 or whatever. I don't even know this football on Thursdays anymore, so I don't know exactly what the score was.
I'll be back Thursday night. I'm sorry for all the things I said to you, man.
You might not be.
Nah, you know what? We'll get to United in a second. We'll move on to United. But
yeah, they got a lot of games, and I don't know if that works in their favour or not. They got you lot, massive game next week.
They got us twice. The next 2 home games, the next 2 games I'm going to are Liverpool and Liverpool.
Yeah. So they've got you massive game next week, FA Cup. Then the international break. I don't know if they get some injuries back or whatever. If Trent and them not make it back, how bad Konate's injuries in. If Konate has a bad injury, Kwanzaa played very well today, innit?
But I feel like that inexperience will.
But yeah,
young players, you can't expect them to play well consistently.
Robertson don't seem to be able to stay fit for like a lot of games in a row right now.
The levels they need him to be.
So Joe Gomez is being shifted everywhere. So they need like everything's been built around Konate and Van Dijk. So you want to get him back. If he's out for the season, but it's tight. Everybody wins every game. Arsenal go to City next week. In a way, I think the pressure. Arsenal, they've taken the pressure off themselves. In a way, by winning every at the end at Christmas, We were top. Then we lost them 2 games before New Year. Everyone's like, these are out of it. We won 8 games in a row. Now we go to the Etihad. City having just dropped points. I feel like there's more pressure on them at home. Having just dropped points, they need to bounce back. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, so Liverpool's next game is obviously United in the FA Cup. Then it's actually a home game. Oh no, it is Brighton. It's a home game against Brighton. Then a home game against Sheffield United. Then they're back at Old Trafford. So Brighton at home and Sheffield United at home. Brighton are actually, they got a 3-3 draw last year. Trossard scoring a hat-trick.
No, they beat him at their ground, and this season they were against them. Basically, De Zerbi, I think his kind of football, because they're all about the press, and his game's all about beating the press, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's all like, it's proper styles, man. It's like a boxing match.
It really is, yeah.
So I feel like that would be a difficult game for them. Brighton might, they might have to focus on the league, because the way they got popped by Roma, I don't think they're going to be able to make it out of that tight.
And I can't lie, I think these United games, and like I said, we're going to move on to United probably next, so it might be a good segue into the next topic. But those United games, I think will play a big part in deciding whether Ten Hag's going to be there next season. Maybe even this season. Because those games hold so much weight in our calendar, in Man United's calendar, that especially 2 home games, you got 73,000 fans watching you, yeah? But in 3 weeks, they're going to be playing twice.
Well, let's talk about these 73,000 fans, because I had to be a United fan for a week last week. It was terrible. And I don't know how they did it. I woke up on a Saturday, and you got the penalties, but you're bad. You're a bad football team.
I woke up, obviously, I'm living in Oxford at the moment. Man woke up at 7 in the morning. Oh, big up, all said and done. Big up Herbal Remedies, man. Big up XF Studios. Shout out all the man them, man. You don't know who you are. Yeah, if you lot don't know, by the way, give a good look at OXF.studios on the Instagram. That's their handle. Yeah, man, they got you covered for all your video, recording, sound, editing, all of that. So yeah, give them a shout. But yeah, just going back to United. So yeah, I woke up about 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Didn't need to. Drove up the M6, as I do, to get there for the early kickoff, which is a brutal one. If you're driving from Oxford, trust me. Yeah, brutal one. Especially after staying up and watching that AJ fight that ended up finishing at like 1. So that was long. But anyway, yeah, I was pretty confident we were gonna win. I actually predicted a 2-0 win to my boy Alex. Shout out Alex, by the way, if you're listening. I predicted a 2-0 win. And we got the 2-0 win. 2 penalties. We didn't really create much. They didn't really create much.
No, they had some chances.
They did have some chances. Nothing too clear cut. Anana had a good game again, by the way. He's had a good month, I think, for United. I think
he's been playing well for longer than a month. I think it's just you were nervous for longer.
Yeah, you're right. Well. But no, he's been doing well for a little while now.
Even when he was playing badly, it's not that he plays bad. He was just making crazy mistakes.
Well, I said this about Anana. I actually said this. Bro, we've had 47 different injuries this season so far, right?
No, that's what I want to hear about. We're talking about Onana.
Listen, I'm just saying. Hold on. Can you let me finish? Hold on.
How do we get there?
Liz, for a minute, let me speak. Yeah, let me speak.
How do we get there?
Onana's had to play in front of so many different back fours, and the way that Onana wants to play, you could tell he's the type of guy that needs a little bit of an assurance from his back four, from his defenders. When he plays next to Martinez, he looks so much more comfy. When he plays,
confidence player, yeah,
I'm saying he clearly is mad. He's not just a confidence player. He's, I think, got something wrong with him.
Like he has made some mistakes, I guess, where he passed it wrong. But he's also made some like elemental.
No, he just loses his mind.
Yeah, but I'm saying
De Gea used to do this sometimes. Trust me, it's a Man United goalkeeper thing.
De Gea would do it when he don't want to pass to Maguire.
No. Trust me, there's some days. No, I'm telling you, with De Gea, some days there was a constant thing with him where it would be like, I'd call it the depression. It just hit him, and then boom, bro. He just decide one day, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. Like, basic elementary goalkeeping mistakes, I'm going to make them. Like, I can't catch the ball today, or in that West Ham game, like, someone's going to shoot at 5 miles per hour, I won't be able to stop it on the floor. Like, something bare simple that De Gea can do. But then he'll also do the mad, like, cat thing on the next week. So, listen, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, Onana's been playing well. And I think not having a stable defence in front of him has definitely impacted that. And I think that's very, very fair to say. But I think...
He's won you a lot of points since the turn of the year. Because even the game before Fulham thing where you lost Luton or whatever, you haven't been playing well.
I think he's got the most clean sheets in the league at the moment now. But to be fair, saying this, Mohammed, I think up until about a couple of games ago, only Wes Foderingham for Sheffield United had faced more shots than another.
Yeah, the amount of shots.
That's not right, bro. Like if you put enough most keepers, I think in the Premier League, if you put them under that much pressure, you're gonna start seeing like a different side to them, because that's a lot of fucking chances, man. It's a lot of shots he shouldn't be having to deal with. But anyway, he's been on the up for a couple of months now, and onwards and upwards for Onana, man. I'm happy to see it. I want to see African doing well at United.
Other than you lot winning the ball and get it to Garnacho quick, is there anything else going on? Is there something I'm missing? And even now it's happening. It happened a few times early in the game, but kind of went away. But I'm looking at that's your tactic, and it's a bit dry.
We are not really, and this is the thing that's hurting me at the moment. I'm going to Old Trafford, and even when we're winning games, I just feel so bored and tired, and like I hate that. I hate that so much. I remember under Mourinho, I went to watch United. What's his face? United Valencia, I think it was in the group stage of the Champions League, and it was such a boring game. And I remember sitting there in the stands thinking, I don't know if I want to come back here to watch Mourinho anymore. It's not worth the journey for me. And it's starting to get to that point with Ten Hag where I go and watch these games and I'm just so bored. We're not creating chances. Yeah, we win, but it's never comfortable. Like it's just bad wins. Like I don't even know if I had the idea of a bad win before this thing. It's just been bad wins. I mean, we're still sixth. Top four is still in the it's still in the conversation.
Seriously, you're 8 points behind, yeah?
8 points behind now. I don't think it's... Listen, I think it's possible, but I think it's a very small chance, and I still don't think we're going to get it. I think it's unlikely chance.
I've seen the fixtures, and you do have the easiest set of fixtures, but I don't think you'll make it. You left it too late, and you're going to lose. The way you're playing, like, you go life and death with teams like Everton. I don't...
Tottenham have got to go to... They've got to go to St. James's Park. They've got to go to the London Stadium to play West Ham. They got to go to... They got the Etihad... City coming up to see them as well. Yeah, you got Arsenal coming to see them as well. They might get... Like, we own... The big games we got left, we got Arsenal and Liverpool, basically. Newcastle are coming to Old Trafford as well.
The problem is you can lose any team.
We can also beat any team, though. I genuinely think that.
You have been top teams. You can't be a top team away. That's what we know about you.
At home, I think we can put our performance against a good team. I think we could win one of these Liverpool games. I genuinely think we could. I also think we could get absolutely plastered in all of them games.
If you play the way you've been playing recently, you're not winning them games. Not unless, because I'll be honest, I reckon, I feel like you used that luck against Liverpool and the game against Anfield. You have to play better.
Yeah, I'm not confident at all going into games.
You got to have more. There's got to be more going on with your game than there was at Anfield, isn't it? And also, I don't think it'll run at Old... Well, I don't know how defeated United fans are, but I still... Part of me wants to respect you enough that you're not going to stand for playing like that at Old Trafford for 2 games.
And that's why I think these 2 games are so vital. Ten Hag's future, because look...
I'm sacking him, because I can't keep coming and watching this.
We can get over going and seeing, I don't know, Everton play alright but not get the win, and then we beat them, whatever. We can't get, if we manage to beat Liverpool, it doesn't matter how we do it. I'll tell you the honest truth. Because the style, it's even really not even easier in that sense for Ten Hag, but it's harder because you're playing a much better team. But it's even easier in that sense where no one's watching him for the style and play this time. For these 2 games, everyone's watching him for the result.
No, that's not true though. You can't.
If we defend, I'm telling you now, if we surrender and defend for 90 minutes at home and win 1-0 on the counter in the 85th minute, no one's going to be happier. Even if we draw 0-0, people will get over it. Why? Because we didn't get a job in, and on us even, we'll accept that. But if we go out there, if we go out there,
Old Trafford mean nothing then.
Bro, at this point, it's more than Old Trafford. It's about us as our club, as pride.
This is actually mad.
Bro, at Old Trafford, you know...
Old United, listen, I could never imagine anyone...
Last season,
I'm trying to give you more respect than you're giving your football club.
Last season, we beat Liverpool 2-1. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm saying you can't.
The season before they beat us 5-0. The season before that they beat us 4-0 at Old Trafford, bro.
Yeah, but
this
none of that is
something
good enough.
No.
What I'm trying to say to you is,
what I'm trying to say is our standards. We don't start at we need to get the win. I do go into every game at Old Trafford thinking we got a chance here. Don't get twisted. I'm not thinking.
Bro, I remember Liverpool were dead, terrible. But even when United played Anfield, they will still do something. They fight.
We're not gonna roll over and die. In those type of games, you can't roll over and die.
Yeah, but if you play the way you do against Anfield and you lose, that's effectively what you're doing.
He's getting sacked. But that's the thing. That's a fine balance that he needs to strike. Yeah, is if we do defend and we manage to win, he's a hero. If we defend and they manage to win, he's a villain, a big villain, and that might be enough of a villain status for him to lose his job before the end of the season. If we go out and there's a possibility we go out and get pumped in both of them games at Old Trafford, I don't think he's even lasting to the end of the season.
I think it matters how you get pumped. If you get pumped because you're going for the game, I think that's more acceptable.
There's only so much we'll
if
accept.
you're trying to play good football.
And also, we haven't really got a striker. So if
Højlund will be back for after the break.
After the break, maybe. But now, for this game before the break, I don't know if he'll be back. That's next weekend.
It was 2 to 3 weeks. It's been about 2 to 3 weeks.
Bro, I hope he's back. Yesterday, we had no one to play forward to. Like, the whole game I was watching, there was just a massive empty space in that centre-forward position. Because we were playing that false line where Bruno was dropping deep, but McTominay wasn't really doing that striker, overlapping thing.
McTominay is only good when he's in the box, innit? Because he doesn't know how to get to the box or how to build to get to the box, innit? But if you get him in the box, his height and his movement, he's quite alert, he's dangerous, innit?
Unfortunately, yeah, United are a bore at the moment. But another thing I want to take United outside of the pitch actually was, so if Ten Hag gets sacked, there's been a lot of talk in the papers this week specifically about who will come and replace him. Now, I don't know, right? There's a few names on the list. I'll throw some at you.
Wait a minute, let's set the scene first. I want to be.
Go on.
Are United the third or fourth most attractive job that's going? Because they're more attractive in Chelsea, they might need a new manager. They're not more attractive in Liverpool at this point in time, even though they're a bigger club. They're not more attractive than Bayern. I reckon you could argue that they might be more attractive than Barca because Barca are in such a mess. But all of these need managers, innit? So if you're a manager now and you've got Barcelona and United, try to remove your bias, innit? But who would you go to?
I personally, honestly, without bias, genuinely believe that Real Madrid and Man United are the two biggest clubs in the world, and I think Barcelona are third. I don't think Barcelona are a bigger club than Man United. I think Man United are actually a comfortable second. Not even I think there's a nice little gap between Barcelona and Man United.
I think managing Barcelona is more prestige. But I'm talking about right now, because Barcelona are in a mess off the pitch. But in terms of their squad, they're a lot closer to winning than you.
However, we've got a lot more resources to get back to that position, and I think Man United now, this next person that gets it is not lucky, but I think he's in a great position. He's in a better position than any of his people before him. Yeah, because all of the people before him have come into a house on fire. This guy, for once, is gonna come into. He's gonna come into. There's a new stadium. There's a new stadium being built. That news has come out this week. Like, fuck for that. New stadium being built. There's new owners, right, with a new direction at the club.
I mean, that's not true.
Or there's a new footballing direction at the club.
They're actually making it seem.
The best way I can explain it, and this is got explained by another journalist I was listening to this week, is they've basically outsourced Man United. They've outsourced the footballing everything at Man United. They've outsourced it.
That's not completely true, because they're still ultimately the thing they care about is the money, innit? And there still has to be, and the money, most of it still in a football club gets spent on football stuff, innit? So they don't care which players you sign, but they're gonna care how much you're spending. They're gonna care what your wages are. It's not gonna be a free reign.
I don't think we're gonna
for them man to do
bro.
Whatever.
These lot haven't been not spending. I don't think these lot are gonna be worth. And also, these lot have never spent any money out of their own pockets. So the Glazers aren't gonna start doing that tomorrow. The only people that are gonna start doing that are Jim Ratcliffe and these lot, they're gonna start putting their own money into the club.
I don't
But
think he will, though.
mainly, they're gonna use the resource. They're gonna use the club's resources, yeah, to generate the club and get it back to where it needs to be. He's already talking about the councils.
If you're a top manager now,
Go on.
because I'll be honest, Ten Hag.
I think it's an exciting
You
job.
took a gamble on Ten Hag. What I mean is he was a manager who done well, but you didn't know if he was the elite of the elite. He looked like he could be the elite, and you're taking a risk, hoping he's a guy. To move
He was
forward.
flavour of the month.
Yeah, he was in it.
Or
He was
flavour of the
promising.
year, even.
Yeah, he was a promising manager who looked like he could be ready to take the next step, and maybe he wasn't, or maybe United was too much of a mess. Whatever, the situation ain't worked out. Do you think an elite manager, and there's not that many of them now, would take the United job? Or do you think they'll be like, this one's not for me right now?
I personally think this United job is...
Because the names I'm hearing are brazy in the media.
But I don't think there's that many great managers out there at the moment. Like you got Pep and Klopp, and then the levels below them. I think there's Arteta's like up there at the moment, especially if he wins the league or whatever. But like, other than that, the levels are quite like far. I think.
Throw me your managers.
So okay, so some of the names I've been hearing. So you're hearing Tuchel, you're hearing you're actually genuinely hearing, and apparently these are actual genuine links as well, not like just paper links. Gareth Southgate, and
What, for the vibes?
God, I want him. I literally couldn't want a manager less.
Do you know what? Nah, IDJ, the Gareth Southgate, and I'm gonna put Graham Potter in this as well. Yeah, here's the hot take for
If you're getting Gareth Southgate, bring Ollie back.
Nah, listen, the Gareth
Nah,
Southgate, Graham Potter thing. If they're saying we know that for the next 2 years we're not gonna we can't focus on. We got to focus strictly on foundation. We just want somebody to come in, play a style of football. I think Graham Potter may be more than Southgate for this. But come in, just set the foundation like a possession-based football. Use the young kids in our academy. We're going to stop like a 2-year job, say. I think they could maybe do
So
that.
this is the other thing that I've been hearing from some United fans have been saying, maybe this manager appointment isn't meant to be the Pep Guardiola. Maybe he's the Mancini. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, Arsenal got lucky in that we seem to have got somebody who's able to do both jobs for us, as it's looking now, innit? We don't know what the future holds. But he was able to do the construction bit of the job, and then also now that the yard is built, he's also doing the interior now, innit? Finishing touches, he's doing all that as well. You lot have to, you have like 3 jobs. You got to clear out what's not good, then you have to set up a foundation to compete, and then you have to then make that next step, innit? So if they were to say, you know what, maybe Gareth Southgate's the guy for stage 1, or Graham Potter, because these are the sort of names that I've been hearing in the media. That makes me think they're not trying to get the guy to win them something straight away, but they're trying to get maybe the guy to put him in a position to build a young squad or to develop.
That's what I'm thinking. So some people are saying that maybe this guy is like I said, the one before the one that's gonna have the dynasty of the 10 years, maybe whatever. But
Well, my brother said everyone's got 1 or 2 years.
1 or 2 years, yeah.
So maybe that's what they're like. We don't want long ego. We want someone who's hungry to prove themselves. Give them 1 or 2 years to show they're about.
Well, look, to be honest, again, Graham Potter, that's a name that's being mentioned. Nagelsmann is being mentioned. Amorim, he's kind of the hipster choice.
He's a very good choice. I play against the Sporting Lisbon team. Sick football.
Nah, he's really good. Well, but he's got, he plays with I think he's got like the 5 at the back, wing back thing going on.
Yeah, but
so that might affect transfer policy and stuff. Like,
listen, first of all, I heard Ratcliffe talk about this, and they're gonna set the way they want to play football, and the manager's gonna have to come and play that way of football.
Or they're gonna search for managers that play the way that they like want it to run.
If they get Ruben Amorim, it's because they want to play that certain style. But it's like, because that's the same conversation a lot of people have about Xabi Alonso, because he plays with the 3. But I watched him earlier. That back 3, a lot of times the back 4, he's moving around, isn't he? He plays with the players he has. He has Grimaldo, he has Frimpong. It makes sense to play with them sort of wing backs. So you want them in those positions then. I'm certain if he goes to Bayern or Liverpool, whatever, that he'll adapt to the teams, to the players that they've got in it. Same thing Arteta did at first. Saka wasn't ready to be a winger. Our centre backs were shit. He had to play a back 3. Then, as the players improved, he's like, I could go to my back 4 now, back 3, and we'll just stick to that.
I mean, look, it's
If you
interesting.
throw a name at you, would you take Antonio Conte?
No.
Okay, let me make the pitch. Why?
I know. Just no. We don't need to do.
No, because maybe people.
I'll tell you. Okay, can I tell you why no? Before you tell me why yes.
No, I'm not saying yes. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a pitch, and then you decide it.
Okay.
One Man United won somebody who has, whether man like him or not, gets a dressing room in order. Everybody working hard. I don't buy the fact that he doesn't have a style of play. He does well with young players, doesn't it? If they're willing to work. So I feel like the Hoylunds and the Mainews and the Ghana.
He's just never happy though, man.
He's happy if he wins, isn't it? And I think like a club.
Not
like
really though.
No, he was.
Nah, he wasn't. Because even when he wanted Inter, he still wasn't happy. When he wanted Chelsea, he still wasn't happy.
But he's won everywhere except Tottenham. We can't blame him for that because Mourinho has also won everywhere other than Tottenham. He's won, and he's not just won with top teams. He's won with and players want to work for him. I think Hoyland would benefit from playing with him because wherever he goes, he gets the strikers scoring. Whether that be Costa, whether that be Lukaku, whether that be Kane. Obviously, I'm not saying the strikers ain't top, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think when I'm hearing a man like Graham Potter and Gareth Southgate, I don't know why you're like. You can now tell me why you're so reluctant when you hear the name.
I don't listen. I would literally pick Conte up from his house today if it was a choice between him and Southgate. Let me make that very clear. Yeah.
I think he's like he's better.
I'm not gonna lie. Again, Potter. I don't want him, but if it was between him and Southgate, I'd take Potter every day of the week and twice on Sundays. When it comes to the names I like on the lists that I'm seeing, I wouldn't mind Nagelsmann. I'll take a punt on Nagelsmann. I think Bayern kind of did him dirty, and I kind of think they not did him dirty, but I think they gave up too early on him.
He was too much of a hipster for them. They didn't like.
Yeah, but
Pep was too much of a hipster for them. So you can't deal with his shit.
Yeah, but at least he's like German and understands Bayern's like he's not gonna like disrespect Bayern as much as Pep.
They didn't like getting sacked for one. That was not a good look. They didn't like it. That's the standard of that football club. He knew when he was at Red Bull Leipzig what he was getting into. Got no sympathy for him there.
Fair enough, but I think he's a good manager, and I think we'll do well to get someone like him in. I don't mind Amorim. I think why not? You know what I mean. But at the same time, I didn't want any of these managers as much as I wanted Ten Hag.
Wildcard choice, Gary O'Neill.
Die, bruv. If we're already talking about it, this guy.
I'm serious.
The fact that Wolves are like close to getting into Europe.
Unless England are gonna get a Jose Mourinho or someone like that. And I don't say this because I want England to win because I really don't care. But I think England should give the job to Gary O'Neill if they're not gonna get the very elite top manager like a Pep or a Jose or whatever. They're not gonna go down that route. After Gareth Southgate, give it to Gary O'Neill. He plays good football, expansive. He's tactically diverse. He's young. He understands the players. He's getting these little Brazilians and Portuguese to play for him. It seems like a good environment, so I'm sure he'll be able to do it with the England squad.
Bro, I couldn't disagree. I would disagree with you.
Oh yeah, at United. That's my
anyway,
England job. Would you take him at United? If
it was a wild card choice, bro, again, if it was between him and Southgate, you best believe 1,000% I'm taking him. I'm not even taking him with Potter.
I would take him over Potter.
The profile of cool.
Potter and Southgate.
So I take him over Potter. I take him over Southgate. I take him over. I might even take him over Tuchel right now.
I would take Conte.
You know what? Tuchel again.
Would you take Tuchel over Conte? Let's put this in a ranking, innit?
Would I take Tuchel over Conte? Yes.
But I think Conte has proven that he's world class more than Conte. More than Tuchel has, anyway.
Yeah, but I also think Tuchel's had some really high highs, but he's also had some quite weird lows.
I think Conte's been more consistent, especially Tuchel never won.
Conte's won leagues
everywhere.
Nah, Tuchel obviously came in and won the league at Bayern.
He won that, but he didn't win the league at Chelsea.
He won at PSG.
Not everyone at PSG.
I know, but I'm just saying,
I was saying, Conte's won a league, 2 leagues with Juve and Inter, league with won a cup competition with I think it was Bologna, some dead team. Really.
I mean, he won the Champions League with Chelsea, which is a big achievement. Look, I think again.
Champions League final with PSG.
Yeah.
Tuchel's a top manager. I think Conte. I mean, they're both very sour.
I think Tuchel's just more. I think Tuchel's more. What's the word? I think his experience at bigger clubs than that has been more recent, I think. And the Premier League specifically, he's done well with Chelsea. I think he did really well. Like the fact that Chelsea were actually fighting for the league at one point under him shows how well he did. And obviously he's not better than Guardiola and Pep, but again, if he was that manager before, I think he could get the team playing well. His style of football isn't that bad. It's quite.
Your dressing room needs Conte, bro.
Yeah, it does, but our dressing room, bro.
Be unhappy for a bit.
Our whole club needs a reform and is getting a reform, and that's all you can really ask of it. And I think the reason why you don't get Conte also is because it just, again, if you, like Ratcliffe said in this thing, if you want to play the way, Man United needs to be playing good football, and we need to be playing the best football in the world, because we believe this is the best football club in the world. And
listen, that's a long way from that.
We're a long way from that, but you don't start. You don't start on that trajectory by getting someone in like Conte, because Conte is like almost a final phase manager. He's not a beginning of the manager.
Football, that's not true.
This team, I think, needs.
He built that into team. They didn't win a league before him. He built that up. He bought Lukaku. He was vexed because they tore it apart, but he's able to put together a team.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying, I think, if you want to play a certain style of play, which is high pressing, attacking, football, which he doesn't play, and fair enough, he still gets results with the way he plays. But if you want to do that, I think the way Ineos are going to approach this, and I think the way they should approach this, is that they should, like you said earlier, decide how they want to play, and get managers that fit that mold, so that what's happened previously with the other ownership, which is let's sign whatever manager we want at whatever specific time, yeah. Like Van Gaal one day, Moyes the next day, Mourinho the next day, Oli the next day. So, do you know what I mean? Ten Hag the next day. Yeah. Maybe not yet, because it's still early. But maybe not yet, but like, maybe. So far, so good, but maybe not yet.
That's what I'm saying. When Conte blew up a grenade, he was in the same position as they are now. Like a point difference. He was fifth. He just ain't trying to be fifth, innit? I just find it interesting, that's what I'm saying. But actually, let's talk about Emery. Because man, earlier in the season, certain man was talking to me about Emery, innit? And how he should get a job with Arteta. I want Villa to finish the top 4, because I hate Tottenham. If United could sort that out, I would like them to finish above Tottenham as well. Because they're shit, and finishing 4th, they're going to get excited, and I ain't got time for that yet. But this is what Unai did with us. He got us right to the... we can see it. Top 4 all season. Then he started doing mad things like he did today. He just decided, you know what? First game all season, I'm gonna play back 3. So he just too much. And McGinn, obviously, he got them too worked up. McGinn decided to kill man.
Yeah, what's wrong with McGinn? That was disgusting.
He just was not having.
Nah, there's no place for that in the game, guys. That's horrible. Did you not see that McGinn challenge, bro? Oh my god! If you not saw that, get in the comments. He needs to see his day. He needs to see his day in court for that. That was shocking.
And there he is. He's an idiot for that, because that's a free match ban for violent conduct, and they're gonna need him. Today is just 3 points, isn't it? Obviously, at the time the game wasn't even gone. It was only 2-0, I think. But they're gonna need him this season. Him missing 3 games at this part. You're like the captain. Like, I don't mind dirty challenge or whatever, but your team's gonna miss you, and as a captain, you should be better than it. Because even if the game gone today, they're gonna need you in the next games coming. I mean,
was that first half as well? Was it early in the second?
It was early in the second. It wasn't like there was a lot of game left to play. It was just unnecessary. They weren't even. It was in his own half, like so they weren't like they were about to score or anything like that. He was literally just running, and he's just like, nah, not today.
But yeah, anyway, let's just finish off with United and then move on. Out of the managers I think I've seen so far, I think the ones I'd like the most is Nagelsmann. Maybe Amorim.
See, there's a world where Nagelsmann, I can imagine, I don't think it'll happen. I don't think he'll go Liverpool. But if Bayern say get Xabi Alonso, Nagelsmann could go Barca, Nagelsmann could go Bayern. It's a difficult time in the market.
Imagine a mad plot twist and Xabi Alonso goes United.
I'll be surprised.
I know, I'd be surprised as well because he loves Liverpool apparently. But
not even that. It's because it's the worst option. You go Bayern, you go Liverpool. Why would you go to United?
If you're asking that question genuinely, I'd say
we're not talking about in an abstract world where just only
the Liverpool job. I don't think is that as attractive as it seems because you're coming off Klopp, which is like, bro, we've seen what it's like coming off Wenger, coming off.
Yeah, but the Liverpool squad, the way they play football, their know-how to win things is miles ahead of things, and they probably have, in terms of like squad maneuverability, they probably have the money to bring players in. They're not on the line of FFP the way you lot have been because of bad previous investments. For a manager right now to come in and do his job, they're probably in a better position because they bid like 150 mil of Caicedo and that, and ended up signing Endo. So you know they've got some money there. And obviously they're back in the Champions League next season. So in the immediate future, Liverpool for a manager are a better proposition. I think they have less difficulty. Whether you're telling me they might to maintain what United have is easy because you're sick. To maintain what Liverpool have is going to be difficult, but you could do less well than Liverpool are doing currently and still do better than you'd be able to do with United because of where United are.
I mean, success currently at United isn't as high as success as at Liverpool.
It reminds me just for a manager, if he only has 2 years at Liverpool, he might not do that well, but he could nick an FA Cup. I think it's more likely as a manager to take that squad of players and the bit of investment you have to get some sort of result with Liverpool than it is with United. United's a 3-4 year plan. We're being serious.
But the fruits are crazy because United are again a massive club. If he can get that ball rolling with United, bruv, he'll be remembered forever. In the Premier League, in Man United, he'll be remembered forever. Anyway, regardless, moving on. Let's move on from football a little bit. Anthony Joshua, yeah, absolutely sparks out in Ghana yesterday in a second round knockout. And I'm not gonna lie, it surprised me. It looks like Ben Davidson. Do you know what I mean?
I wasn't that surprised. No, I was not surprised, but it wasn't that surprising.
What was your takeaways from the fight, man?
My takeaways is that Tyson Fury let the world think something was going on that isn't going on. You can't cross over and fight elite boxers having had no experience because the way he was going into them punches, AJ didn't. And we all know AJ's got a big punch on him. That's not a surprise here, is it? He was every punch. He was right in the middle of Ngannou's face. There was no head movement. It was just bad defense. And I think he was overconfident from how well it went against Fury. And yeah, that's what my takeaway is like. It's alright if Jake Paul's doing it. If Jake Paul wants to fight old MMA fighters, that's fine. Because Jake Paul ain't levels. But this idea that you could just put an elite MMA fighter in there with the very best of the best and something like this wasn't going to happen is stupid.
That was a horrible knockout, boy.
It was absolutely disgusting.
Man just took a straight,
he
proper.
was already out. Now, obviously, Ngannou is too hard for himself, innit? Because a normal human being wouldn't have got up from the second knockdown in that round, innit? Mm. So he was out on his feet, his head wasn't moving, and wherever AJ might not be the best heavyweight boxer, but he's infinitely better than like people on the street. Mm. You know what I mean, he can't box. And a big target like that wasn't moving, the head was right in the center, was going to be easy to hit. And you know what? He looked as good as he could look. I think he took it not a bit too serious, but he definitely took it serious.
Man, like Abs, big up Abs in the comments.
I don't
know. Was going to for.
His biggest mistake, it's not a mistake because he got paid to do it and fair play, is he shouldn't have taken that fight. The only reason that fight is AJ didn't have to do a lot. He just literally timed him as he was coming in and hit him with a right hit him with straight shots. And Ngannou was just so upright and so MMA like posture and he just ate them blows.
Yeah,
so
man.
much. Like even the way he come out in the second round, if that's an experienced boxer, you know you've been robbed. There's 10 rounds. Relax. Make sure your legs are back underneath you. Get
behind
the
the jab. Like post up a little bit.
Get through the round. Don't leave your head right there straight away, having just been knocked out at the end of the first round. But he was like I said, I'm happy for Ngannou. I'm happy he made the money, but let's not do this anymore. Innit? Let's let boxers fight boxers, MMA fighters fight MMA fighters.
Nah, last one speaking though, seeing as we had to go to boxing, yeah. I'm just saying. So
That's what I'm saying. He can't.
Yeah.
Like,
silver medalist at the Olympics, I've said.
I don't rate Joshua like that, but he's not.
He's not a joke, man.
You have to respect the sport, innit? You know
Speaking of respecting the sport, you know I'm gonna move on to it.
Like
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, bro.
That's a robbery.
What's going on there? Well, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I thought it was fake.
What's going on there? Netflix needs subscribers. Jake Paul has an audience, and all people love Mike Tyson. So you know what I mean.
No, but what is going on, bro?
I don't know if it should be legal. I don't know who's sanctioning this, but it should be investigated.
Bro, that's fucked up, man.
Like, I don't know how. Like, I don't know if it has to be an exhibition. It can't be a professional fight.
But he's old, bro. 57, bro.
I told you, it's a criminal offence. Inshallah, nothing bad happens. Because if something bad happens...
Jake Paul's got 30 years on him, bro.
But a 57-year-old man should never be in the ring. Like I said, inshallah, nothing bad happens to Mike Tyson. But if something bad happens, there needs to be criminal investigations. Because who's signing off on this?
Yeah, for real, bro.
Like, in what state or thing, you know what? It's safe to hold an event.
If he knocked out an old man, it's scummy.
Yeah, it is. It's spare scummy. Like I'm saying, it's borderline criminal.
Apparently they're making peas. Apparently they're making more money in that fight than both of the Fury Usyk fights combined, bro.
I believe that.
Apparently that's what it is. It's the first live event on Netflix.
Yeah, listen, I know
Netflix has 290 million subscribers or something, man.
You don't know how much these are really getting paid because these Saudi checks don't get disclosed. Do you really think they just paid Ngannou 20 mil and Joshua 50 mil? Now, for both fights, they might make more than for one of the fights. They'll make more than both of the fights.
Apparently, it's both combined. Apparently, bro, you know what it is with Netflix, yeah? Netflix, 290 million subscribers is a lot, bro.
Yeah, 290 million subscribers is one event, bro.
The first live event ever on Netflix. Netflix are probably paying out.
Not really, because it's not pay-per-view. What does it say?
No, but it kind of is, though.
No,
Netflix know they're going to grow their subscriber base so much.
How many people
100%.
do you think are going to buy that? How many people do you think who don't have Netflix, are then going to go get Netflix because of this fight?
I think a couple mil.
I don't think listen, they're going to make more than that. I don't know, innit? I don't know. I feel like it's hype. There's a lot. We know that Paul brothers lie about all these money anyway. Crypto zoos and scams and them man there, bro. So I don't, like, part of their marketing is that. And they're probably saying that to justify putting a 57-year-old man in there.
Yo, he's 57, bro.
He's 57, but he can. I see him in a wheelchair not too long ago. I think he was doing Umrah. I actually think when you went Umrah,
that's like. It's also just like it's sad to see one of the greats.
You imagine if he knocks him out there?
I'd love to see that. I would love to see that, boy. I would love to see Mike Tyson just knock Jake Paul out.
It'll be the happiest thing ever. But then that shit needs to stop, bro. This is dangerous, isn't it?
Nah, it's worrying, man. But yeah, anyway,
Tyson is still Tyson. I hear that. Like, if he bangs, and if he lands, he lands.
So going into Fury Usyk.
It's not till May.
Not till May, but Fury beats.
Riyadh season stops now. It's Ramadan there. Man's got to behave.
I mean, yeah, Ramadan coming up,
Saudi.
but.
No, I'm saying there's no more boxing in Saudi.
Yeah, for the next month at least. But nah, based on Josh's performance yesterday, does that teach you anything about him?
No, he beat a 0-2 fighter.
Cool. Me neither. So I'm glad we can agree on that at least.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy. It might do well for his confidence. It might help him in terms of he's been active and all that. Like, but Joshua's ceiling is still Joshua's ceiling. Like, I don't think Joshua is now a better fighter because he just is what he is. Team Usyk. Do you think Usyk can win? That's what we said. Yeah, this isn't confidence. You know what? Anthony Joshua He almost had another breakdown in the ring this time, started making sounds and that. You hear that?
Bro, what is he? Is he alright? Nah, this guy's not okay. He's not okay, bro.
They need to stop giving him mics after a fight. Do you reckon he got early CTE?
Well, like,
all
bro,
boxers
I
have
was saying
early
this.
CTE.
I was saying this to my missus earlier. I swear, I think this guy is starting to show signs of like early CTE or something.
I mean, listen, most boxers have early CTE. Yeah? That's the best thing ever. But his one's too mad, bro.
Bro, as soon as I heard that shit, I was like, yo, I gotta leave, bro. He was weak, bro. He started going, it is what it is. I was like, bro, is this guy okay, bro?
He was like, do you know what? He was holding it. He was giving the normal, the interview that Joshua used to give straight away. Like Queen Central.
He's so cringy,
he
bro.
He was so media trained for time. Like, he was the most boring, just arms crossed, don't say nothing. Then he had that breakdown. He's like, I've lost it now, innit?
Bro, he was. Oh.
No. But basically, I was saying to you, for him, he's obviously got some issues up there, so the win might help him from that, innit? But I still think whoever wins Fury out of Usyk, they're giving him work. If it's Fury or it's Usyk for the third time, innit? Obviously, if it's Usyk, we don't need to see that again.
They got 2 fights, innit?
Yeah, but if Usyk comes out of them, Usyk shouldn't be able to beat Fury because they're the same fighter. Fury 619.
Yeah, basically. But Fury's looked kind of a little bit.
I don't think he was taking that fight seriously, bro.
Yeah, I know, but still, man.
No,
like,
not still, bro.
How you getting?
Mike Tyson used to some people you should never be in a ring with, bro. Busted he busted out is better than Ngannou because they're boxers at least. Usyk is a warrior. No, he is. I love Usyk's style of fighting, and Usyk can't even be fighting these. He's giving up a foot in size, mad weight, and they can't get next to him. And Usyk's a G. And I would love, you know what?
He's a good fighter as well. He is actually got good style.
He's not like Zinchenko in that. He's actually a G.
He's got a good like.
Usyk's a sick fighter. I love to watch him box.
He's entertaining.
He knows how to vary up his punches.
He does have some power behind his punches as well, not complete pillow fist.
The thing is, he doesn't. He chooses to vary his punches. He'll do tap tap because he's scoring points. When you see him and it does like a cruiserweight, he did it more because it makes sense, doesn't it? The danger coming back at heavyweight for someone like him is stupid. He doesn't need to be there too long, so he's not going to sit down on his punches the same. But he did it against Joshua a few times. When Joshua was getting a bit excited, he just punch him up and be like, relax, innit? Like, calm down, settle yourself.
No, Usyk's a very good fighter. It'll be a good fight, man. Usyk Fury. I'm looking forward to
Early
it.
prediction, man, is sticking that out.
Fury.
For the longest time, I said Fury, and I still do think Fury, but I'm like Usyk.
Same. I'm more worried than I ever have been for Fury. I can't lie.
And all this time is giving Usyk.
Because he is getting old as well, man.
Yeah, both old.
But Fury's with the bag and
I reckon Joshua could have won against Usyk, but he was too passive. I just don't think he was good enough. I hear that argument, but I feel like if he tried to pick up the tempo, Usyk would just beat him up.
Yeah, I don't think he was a smart enough fighter, Abs. I don't think.
Not even smart if he doesn't have the
I think Usyk's a smarter fighter, and even if he did somehow manage to use his skill set, because I kind of get what Abs means in terms of raw ability. Joshua's kind of got a lot of good things about him.
And his power and he has good technique in individual shots.
Yeah, he's not.
You should be able to put pressure, throw combos, and make somebody like Usyk uncomfortable and get him out of there, really, innit?
With his raw materials, he's a good boxer.
Joshua, for one, doesn't have the engine. Joshua can't fight at a high tempo, innit?
He's also very chinny.
Yeah.
Usyk had him wobbling a lot as well.
I reckon somebody like Joshua could have. I don't think Joshua. I'm replying to Abdul because he said, let me just make it. He's saying he could have. I'm saying if he had an engine, I don't think Joshua has the engine that you need to have to put the pressure on that you need to put on someone like Usyk to stop him in it. He's got the size, and then there was a couple of times when Dubois got Usyk in that body shot, for example. Usyk gives you openings, innit? Parker Usyk would be a good fight. And shout out Joseph Parker.
Oh, Joseph Parker, yeah, man. He deserves a big fight next fight.
China power. Zhang
Zhang, yeah.
He's got some serious fists.
He's got some cement fists, bro.
But Parker's got a cement face.
Yeah, and he's also just very like good. He's silky.
And fair play for bouncing back to 2 Joyce fights, to beat Wilder, to beat Finn. Listen, if Diesel have 2 fights left and Joshua Ed trying to wait around, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch between them 2. Because if Joshua went to display Parker, that would show me a lot more than Ngannou.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I think Joshua Parker is on.
Parker was, how old is Joshua Parker? He's the youngest out of all these heavyweights, isn't he? When he was world champion, he was 25. So how old is Joshua Parker? JC Parker. And you know what's weird about him? He's just a nice guy as well. He doesn't seem like he's got issues. I mean, he might have CTE. I mean, Tyson Fury and AJ have some weird.
Nah, he seems like a pretty normal guy.
Yeah, he just seems like Joseph Parker's 32. He's a lot younger. He was like 26, I think, the first time before.
So yeah, I think he deserves a big fight now, bro. He's beating Wilder and
I mean, he might have to fight Zhang. You were saying in the rematch, but maybe Zhang might not want it. Zhang's old. Maybe he's just like allow it.
He's 40, man.
He's older than 40. He's 40 when he fought Joyce, but
damn, son.
He's better just staying 40.
But yeah,
listen, my conspiracy theory of the week here. I don't even know how to say this. But if Wayne Rooney was from an African country, would be questioning his damn birth? Because I see him in the TNT Sports, and they were like, Johnny Evans is a year older. Or say Johnny Evans and him, they played together.
Listen, Wayne Rooney does look very old. I don't know what's happened to him.
Yeah, we spoke about UFC. Yeah, no, let's go about UFC matches. So, did you watch the UFC? Did you see the fights? I watched them.
Talk to me about them then.
I was talking about Sean O'Malley. Fair play, man. He upped his levels. Like, Abdul, feel free to throw in your thoughts on it. But he won every round. I think he got on one of the scorecards, 50-44. Battled him up. The fight of the night for me, Dustin. I like Dustin. Very good guy. Dustin Poirier absolutely killed it. Was having a tough fight against this Benoit Saint-Denis. Man sounded like a video game character in that. Sounds like I'm meant to find him, Assassin's Creed. But anyway, Benoit Saint-Denis was there, and he just does that thing that Poirier does, where he just stays hard, innit? O'Malley needs to fight Merab. He said, man actually spelled his name, but Durish. Man's not doing it. Merab, and everyone knows what you're talking about. Durashvili. Man can't say.
Yeah, Merab, bro.
Sure, O'Malley's fine, but O'Malley, you know what? I never thought he'd make it to be bantamweight champion. And
but I didn't think he was this good. I can't lie.
And he keeps improving, and he's young. So even though getting beat up by someone that looks like him is one of my worst nightmares, I gotta give him credit.
Yeah.
Rainbow Head, whatever's working for him, you know what I mean? Merab's gonna go for 100 takedowns a second. All of that.
He's pure Middle Earth energy, isn't it?
He's ready for it. And if I'm thinking, because he also called out Ilya, he wants to go up and fight. He doesn't need that work.
Bro, Ilya's a monster, bro.
He don't want to be doing that, innit? You know what I mean? He don't want to be doing none of that. He's to stay away from Topuria. Topuria's looking to fight. Just burn about, innit?
Oh, that would be sick.
They love him.
First UFC Spain, I saw that. They brought him out of the Bernabeu, innit?
Yeah, with his UFC title. That's big. And, you know what I mean? Yeah, he said Ilya, he does need to beg, but he called him out. Listen, he knows that's a money fight. Whoever Ilya fights at the Bernabeu, that's going to be one of them, like, it's like when Conor fought in Ireland, it's going to be a historic UFC thing, innit?
Yeah, it'll be the first ever UFC Spain.
80,000-90,000 people in the Bernabeu. You know what I mean? Manuel Ramos was already was at one of his fight nights. Him and Ferran Torres went down to one of their, like, just a regular fight.
Nah, they wouldn't have 80,000-90,000. It would be like, they'd have to shorten it.
No, they wouldn't. They make it bigger because they can put people on the pitch. Why would they make it less? It's if they could sell the tickets. But they wouldn't, like...
I don't think that's a lot of tickets, bro.
Spanish people love their athletes, bro.
They know Taylor Swift, man.
Alright, but it's not just about Taylor Swift.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
I'm going to say to you is, imagine they put Leon Edwards in the car and you get 20,000 English people going down there. Comey, you know what I mean?
Abdul said Ilya Makachev.
No, he needs to stay. Let's not hurt him, man. He needs to... There's weight classes for a reason. Like, I understand. I want to see Islam go up and fight Leon Edwards, so I don't want to be a hypocrite. But it's not like every time someone wins a title, let's just send them up to the new weight class. That's my thing, innit? Let's see Ilya fight a few times, because he might lose to Max Holloway. What?
Max Holloway.
I said it. Max Holloway might just come back for another featherweight title and just eat those shots. And just...
The amount of shots he's eating, bro, he can eat a few more.
I feel, you know what it is? I hope I never see it. But he's due a horrible loss. Because the amount of damage Max Holloway is taking isn't healthy, innit?
What a fighter, though, man.
But yeah, Ilya Makhachev. I think Makhachev beats everyone, bro. That's my guy. I'm not back.
He kind of seems unstoppable.
After he gave up, first of all, really, Ilya's win was Islam's set win, innit? Because we know he softened up Volkanovski. Like, he taught that brain what it was like to get knocked out, and that's actually a thing, innit? Once these fighters experience knockout, they get knocked out easier, innit? And he's the bigger fighter, so if he had to come up, and you know what? He wouldn't box him either, though. He'd just wrestle him. That's wrestle, man. You just take him, double leg, put him on the ground, ground and pound, Dagestani handcuffs. It'd be beautiful stuff. I can't wait for Islam to fight. Obviously, it's Ramadan now, so no camp for them, man. He doesn't have a fight lined up, but he might fight Dustin Poirier because he's a G. Or Gaethje. Or whoever, innit?
Man, I feel for Dustin, man.
I like Dustin. He's a good guy.
Yeah, Dustin is actually a good guy, man.
Like, he's better. Like, even in the
I like Dustin,
in
man.
the interview, Joe Rogan was like, "You're the man." He's like, "No, Joe, I'm just a man."
The humility, man. He's just such a nice guy, bro.
Extra, but it was funny, innit? I'm here.
He's that proper like American, just
Yeah,
like
so
I'm a nice
America.
American guy, man.
Yeah,
America.
I'm just a man.
America.
Just a man. But yeah, Michael Venom Page as well. Shout out UFC debut, beat Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
Took the piss out of him, to be honest, as some bits were doing.
Yeah, I see that. He bit late, but finally.
Hey, listen,
but better late than never, innit?
Nah, to be honest, I don't think he was ever going to win that world title. I don't think he's not the best in his division. You know, he's not the best middleweight in the world. He's never going to beat an Alessandro. He's never going to beat. But, and Bellator, I feel like might pay you better. If you're that level.
Probably does, yeah.
If you're just that level below, you might be worth more to them, innit? Than like being a mid guy in the UFC. So hopefully he made his make a bit more dough now on the way out. You know what I mean? I got a thing. But you want to talk about random MMA stories. So obviously I was fighting Cedric Doumbia.
Yeah.
So he lost a fight because there was a splinter in his shoe. And he told the other fighter, and the other fighter was like, yeah, sort it out or whatever. And the ref, he assumed the ref was in on it, innit? So he took his shoe off to take the splinter out of his foot. He got disqualified. And the nice thing is, there's a PFL in France that sold out off the back of him, innit? So now man's just outraged at this ref because they were like, that's the wrong, you can't be doing, that's the wrong decision or whatever.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy story.
Man said Bellator is for UFC or NXT is for WWE. You need to know which place is the best. You need to know which place is the best, I hear that. But now that PFL is about and the Saudis are involved and Ngannou, there's some good money to be made there, innit?
Yeah.
But obviously PFL bought Bellator. And now they've merged. They had that super card last weekend that was like the PFL championship, Bellator champions. No one's come from Bellator and done bits. Usman Nurmagomedov will be the first. Because they only put him there because Islam's a lightweight champion there. And he's already not, he's a lightweight champ there. But he'll be the first. That's because they have too many of them, Dag. You should have to like put him in different promotion.
Yeah, they're just taking over, bro.
But Usman, but nah. Yeah, no one. And like, man who are bums like Ryan Bader have gone to Bellator and won titles. Bellator is just a B league.
It's like the it's B-Tech UFC.
Right, knockout. One's alright. It's a bit Wild West or like Wild East, I guess, because it's based in Singapore.
I still like watching Bellator.
Yeah,
it's
I like
very entertaining.
But I like watching PFL. One's alright because it's a bit different because they have everything. They have Muay Thai, they have boxing, they have Muay Thai, they have kickboxing, and they have MMA, as well as also some grappling. So it's interesting. It seems like it's a front. Because the shit costs too much. The production costs too much for what it looks like it's making it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
It probably still is making some good pieces, just probably not UFC level pieces.
Yeah, one do also have good rules. Like their judging rules are different, so they don't score. They score the fight, innit? Or like they have different criteria that are weighted more, as opposed to just scoring round for round. Because you've always seen fights where someone's won one, like you've won 6 rounds each, but you know one of them lost a fight, innit? Because in the rounds they lost, they're being beaten up, but in the other rounds they've won because they've thrown one more jab, innit? So they take all that into account. I mean, all that. Yeah, they also got different. So I'm just talking about the weight group athletics hydrate. They don't have like day before weigh-ins, don't it? They just have like, sorry, they weigh in on the day and it's like a weight range, and they have rules about. They measure you the whole time about how hydrated you are. They'll pull you out. But I mean, everything's trying to expand. The UFC needs some competition as well. Not for me, because I like the UFC, but for the fighters, and competition makes the market go better. That's why Ngannou, regardless of what happens, him moving out, making his money, going to PFL, making a big check is good for the sport of MMA.
Yeah.
Because it shows, man, there are other ways out there. But let's not do it too much, because I don't want to start seeing MMA fighters get killed. But
anyway, let's move on then. Well, we're coming towards the end of our show now, to be honest. So, obviously, we always do our little like moment of the week or story of the week, or it doesn't even have to be really football related. But what is yours, Mohammed?
This week, well, obviously, we know about habits now.
Surely, I was thinking surely it's Kai Havertz winner.
Yeah, but you know what? Someone else might do that. That knockout was pretty big, and Arsenal, we just win all the time. And you know what? We got my moment of the week. Inshallah, will be on Tuesday. For the first time in 14 years, Arsenal will be through to the last 8.
Oh, we'll see.
We will see. We will be there.
I think it's the easy one for me, on it clearly. Or to talk about a new stadium, or New Old Trafford, or if that makes sense.
So what are they doing? Knocking it down, but the new one.
The reports are it sounds like they're gonna knock it down. And Gary Neville and his like firm have been tasked with building it, hasn't it?
Alright.
And surrounding
smart.
areas.
Watch Gary Neville never talk bad about their ownership now.
Bro, this is the British connection, isn't it?
That's nepotism.
That's what it's called. The British connection.
Nepotism.
Britain, proper. Love that. Proper British, yeah.
Is that? I can't see him commentating on a United game. This is a conflict. It was bad enough before when he was just a United fan, but that's got to be a conflict of interest.
Why? He's a businessman in Manchester. He's built half of Manchester.
Yeah,
You see Manchester, bro. He owns Berwick.
Yeah, but imagine if they just sent Michael Edwards to talk about Liverpool games. It's not. It can't run, bro.
Yeah, but Michael Edwards, this guy actually has built like luxury things in Manchester.
No, I'm
like,
fine with him taking the job. I'm saying he should no longer be a pundit because your view about United, you can no longer.
Not everyone knows he's a United because he's not. First of all, I think Gary Neville's harder on United. I think than any other pundit.
That's before he worked for the company.
Even now,
he's got a contract with them.
Even now.
No, we'll see. First of all, that's not true. Since Jim Ratcliffe coming,
it was only Ollie that he was easy on because that was his boy. But everybody knew that.
Listen, even now, Jim Ratcliffe's come. The tone's already changed. From when he got called, they've been chatting to him. He's already. Don't worry, bro. It's how this thing works. You think I need to hear the extra propaganda when he's got a contract with you, man?
Listen,
Get out of it.
Stop ruining my moment of the week. My moment of the week is the fact that I'm going to be pulling up at Old Trafford in hopefully a brand new stadium in a few years. Take my children to a brand new Old Trafford that
Hopefully they're not still scarring your children with bad football.
Hopefully not. But yeah, it'll be an absolute pleasure to pull up and the concourse not looking like it's still 2001. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And Abs, I want to shout you out, my brother. You've been in the chat. You've been with us. We need to get you on the show, bro. So it might have to be next week. We get you on the show. Come and sit down with us and join us live in the flesh. But yeah, shout you out, man. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, guys, it's been another edition of All Said and Done. It's been a lovely, lovely Sunday evening chat about football, boxing, UFC, and everything in between. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone that's been live on the Frequency website, who's been listening live on Frequency Radio, and everyone that's obviously been listening and watching on the YouTube live on the Frequency TV. Yeah, man, shout you all out. We'll be back again. Actually, we won't be back next week because I will be at Old Trafford for the Manchester United Liverpool FA Cup game. So wish me luck, guys. We won't be back next week, but we might actually maybe see if we can squeeze one in on Monday night or something. But just keep an eye on the Instagram page. Keep an eye on the All Said and Done Instagram page at All Said and Done Pod. Give it a follow if you're not already following. Hopefully we'll be going some Instagram lives and stuff.
Shout out Frequency Radio.
Shout out OXF Studios. Shout out everyone involved, man. Everyone that's been listening. Big up yourselves. And we'll see you next week. That's us. Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace and love, guys.